And welcome back to the Fun Astrology Podcast for Saturday and Sunday, September 21st and 22nd. Thomas Miller checking in here. And oh my goodness, guys, it's just everything is so amazing right now. First of all, thank you for the comments on iTunes. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Second, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate those of you who have been picking up the readings from funastrology.com or funastrology.com/consults. You guys are just blowing me away. Really been popular, this Soul Blueprint that we're running the special in September, which I'm going to keep going through the end of the month and then go up a little bit in October, but still keep it on a discount because you guys are really benefiting from that. So thank you for those. It is amazing contributing to your life. And I wanted this Saturday and Sunday basically to kind of step away from what we would typically do and address kind of this whole concept of how do we weave astrology into our lives. So just to look at the sky above for today and tomorrow, the focus is really on the moon. It's in Gemini today and will be for all of today. So it will be playing around, flitting around like a butterfly emotionally. You will be all over the place and life will be good and happy and you'll be chatty all day. And then it goes into Cancer tonight at about 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. Tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, it will roll into Cancer, and that's where emotions will kick in. So tomorrow could be a much more emotional day, and just be aware of that. That's a big change from Gemini moon energy to Cancer moon energy. That's a big shift. So just be aware and enjoy Saturday, and then be introspective on Sunday. Sunday would be a great day. Saturday, get everything done. Sunday, sit down and reflect. Sunday could be a great down day. If you just need a down day in your schedule, do it Sunday. But I wanted to step away from that just a bit because as I've been narrating this book from Steven Forrest, and by the way, on that note, I now am authorized to include in my readings Steven Forrest's The Sky Within report. This is a 16-page report that walks through your birth chart as only Steve Forrest can. And I'll tell you, from having spent hours and hours now inside his book Fire, narrating it as an audiobook, which I'm going to play you a clip of here in just a second, it has been amazing. His wordsmith ability is incredible. And now I can include his reports in his narrative, in his amazing verbiage in these astrological reports. So I'm referencing them in all of the reports. If you do the full report, I'm including it. And it's a $60 value. If you buy it from the software publisher, $59.95, I think is what it is. So that comes free. And you'll get the printed version as well. So big value there. Big value add. Up in the game, guys. Okay, so here's what I've kind of been present to relative to this. And I want to play you a clip that I came across. It's about 2 minutes. It was part of yesterday's narration that I was doing on the audiobook. How do we put astrology in context? Because I think with any outside tool, any tool outside of ourselves, so I have said on my Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast over and over and over again, the answers are within us. All the answers we need are within. What we're looking at astrology for is, and Stephen said this so beautifully in chapter 4, that this little clip I'm going to play, that what we're looking at are the external energies that do affect our life and what role they play in our life, but they are not destined. The energies are destined. The outcomes are not. Does that make sense? So, in other words, it's like, do you check the weather sometimes? Why? Why would you bother? Just pack a raincoat every day, pack a coat every day, pack galoshes every day, even in the middle of August. You know, you're laughing, right? It's like, no, I check the weather and I don't haul all that stuff around me if I don't need it. Or the analogy that I love to use is if you're a surfer, and I'm not, but if you are, and you know what waves to find, then you can go out on the ocean, paddle around on your boat, and just watch and observe. And then all of a sudden, there's the wave, right? That one. and you know all the right characteristics to look for, and you jump up on your board and you paddle over and get in position, and you have a great ride. Well, that's what we're talking about here, is surfing these energies and how we can position ourselves best when certain things are going on. So that's why I'm talking so much about Saturn-Pluto. This is massive, 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 massive. If nothing else, you should get even the lowest priced read that I have, just so that we can take a look at where Saturn-Pluto is in your chart. Where is this playing out? If you don't, if you haven't looked at that, if you haven't looked at the transits and want a little bit more interpretation around that. Because, this is such a huge energy. How is that affecting you? Where is that affecting you in your life? And that's what we drift and surf around. So let me play you this just a couple of minute clip from Steven Forrest's audiobook Fire. Maybe Mercury transits through a square aspect to your sun. As that's happening, you drop a filing cabinet on your big toe. Hey, I could have told you that would happen. Mercury represents filing cabinets. Well, it does. Mercury is connected with information, and so are filing cabinets. But so are encyclopedias, radios, billboards, road signs, DVDs, televisions, universities, communications satellites, and carrier pigeons. I'll spare you the rest of the list. With Mercury transiting through a square to your sun, you might have had an unpleasant experience with any of those things. As easily, you might have received an unpleasant letter from the tax people. Maybe you had a difficult conversation with a friend. Maybe you drank too much coffee and felt jittery all day. These are all mercurial realities. Remember, if we divide the universe into 12 boxes, they are all really big. That line may be droll, but as astrologers, it is critical that we remember it. From it, we get a fundamental understanding of how astrology actually operates, not to mention of its limits. Astrology always works, which means these symbols correlate reliably with the manifestation of archetypal fields of possibility. When Mercury squares your sun by transit, it is your inescapable fate to deal with a certain form of energy. But the fields of possibility it represents are so vast that guessing what will actually happen is virtually impossible. Bottom line, we never really know what is going to happen, only what the questions will be. A good astrologer will not put you in the passive role by foretelling your future. Rather, he or she will counsel and advise, trying to help you aim your free will in the most constructive direction. I just love his words. That's exactly why I do this daily podcast, is to help you aim your free will in the best direction. And we will keep doing that. If you'd like a reading, funastrology.com. And I hope that you have just a great weekend. We will see you back here on Monday. Enjoy the energy of the moon in Gemini and then the reflection of the moon in Cancer. What a great weekend. Enjoy it.